All right, so if you're running a WordPress site, you already know that speed, it's everything, right? And so is reliability. But man, picking the right hosting, it can feel like you're staring at a wall of options. So in this explainer, we're going to cut through all that noise and break down the absolute best cloud hosting options for 2026 to help you make the right call.
Okay, let me ask you something. Does this sound familiar? You've poured your heart and soul, countless hours, into building this amazing site, and then you get a huge rush of visitors. This should be a celebration, right? But instead, it's pure panic. Your site starts to chug, it slows to a crawl, and maybe it just goes dark. It's so frustrating, and trust me, it's a super common problem.
And you know, there's a really good reason for this. For the longest time, most of us were on traditional shared hosting. The best way to think about it? It's like living in an apartment building where everyone shares the same utilities. So when your neighbor decides to take a 3-hour shower, guess what? You're left with ice-cold water. That's exactly what happens to your website on shared hosting. That model just can't keep up anymore, not for a site that needs to be fast and always on.
But hey, don't worry, there is a much better way. Let's talk about the solution that has totally become the gold standard for performance and, you guessed it, scalability. Let's meet cloud hosting.
So what exactly is cloud hosting? Well, instead of your entire website being stuck on one single lonely server, cloud hosting spreads it out across a whole network of interconnected servers. Think of it like having a huge team of servers all ready to jump in and share the load the second things get busy. And that one simple change, it has a massive impact on your site's performance.
And you can really see the difference when you put them side by side. Traditional hosting, it's stuck on that one server with a fixed amount of resources. So when you get a traffic spike, bam, it hits a brick wall. But cloud hosting, it's built for this stuff. It can pull resources from all over its network whenever it needs to, scaling up or down in a flash. It's just so much more resilient, so much more flexible. It's a total game changer.
Okay, so you're sold on the cloud. Awesome. But now for the big question, which provider is right for you? The market is packed with great options. So today, we're going to look at the top contenders for 2026, and we'll break them down into two main categories to make it super simple.
First up, we've got what I like to call the managed champions. So who are these for? Well, these are for anyone who wants all the power of the cloud, but, without the massive headache of actually managing the servers. You've got Cloudways, which is just the best all-rounder. Then there's Kinsta, which is the premium, high-performance choice for serious business sites. SiteGround is absolutely legendary for its customer support. And A2 Hosting, they give you a fantastic, super speedy option that's also really easy on the wallet.
And then, on the other side of the coin, you've got the developer's playground. Now, if you're a tech-savvy person and you crave full control over your server, this is totally your zone. We're talking about DigitalOcean, Vultr, and Linode. All of them are just incredible infrastructure providers that give you raw, unadulterated power and total flexibility for a super low price if you know what you're doing. So, this is the crucial part, figuring out where you fit in all this. It really boils down to a trade-off, right? Between price, power, and frankly, how much of the heavy lifting you want to do yourself. So let's look at the numbers and make this choice crystal clear.
Okay, this table really gives you the whole landscape in one shot. Look at this. On one end of the spectrum, you've got those ultra-affordable developer options, right? Linode, DigitalOcean. We're talking starting as low as $5 or $6 a month for just raw server power. Then, as you move into the managed space, Cloudways and A2 offer an incredible amount of value. And then you have Kinsta and SiteGround, which, yeah, they command a premium, but that's for their white glove service and super specialized performance.
And this bar chart, I love this, because it really puts the cost into perspective. It's like, what does your dollar actually get you? So look on the left. For just $5 a month, a developer can spin up a raw server on Linode. Wild. In the middle, for just $11, you get that best of both worlds managed experience with Cloudways. And then on the right, for $35, you're stepping into the premium, high-octane territory of Kinsta. What this really shows is that there is a cloud solution for pretty much any budget out there. So how do you actually make the final call? It's actually a really simple 3-step process. Step 1, be honest with yourself about your technical skills. Are you a coder or do you just want a simple dashboard? Step 2, what does your website really need? Is it a small personal blog or a huge e-commerce site that's your main source of income? And then step 3 is easy. Just match your answers to one of those two categories we talked about. Boom. It really is that straightforward. All right. We've gone over the problem, we've talked about the solution, and we've checked out all the top players. So now it's time to name the overall champion for 2026.
So, after weighing everything, the performance, the features, the price, all the pros and cons, one platform just kept rising to the top, again and again.
And there you have it. The verdict is in, and the champion is Cloudways. Why? Because it somehow manages to strike this perfect, beautiful balance between the insane power of the top-tier cloud providers and a platform that is just genuinely shockingly easy to use.
So why exactly does Cloudways take the crown? Okay, here's the secret sauce, the key insight. It solves the biggest problem with cloud hosting. It takes that raw, powerful, and kind of complicated infrastructure from the developer's playground. We're talking DigitalOcean, Vultr, Google Cloud, and it slaps this super simple, beginner-friendly control panel right on top of it. What does that mean for you? It means you get elite, top-tier performance and scalability without needing a PhD in server administration. It is, without a doubt, the best of both worlds.
So, I'm going to leave you with this one question to really think about. Your website, it has a job to do, right? Whether that's sharing your passions, selling your products, or building your entire brand. So the real question is this: is your current hosting helping you do that, or is it the one thing that's secretly holding you back from reaching your true potential?